Hey everyone, welcome back to The Bored Journalist. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and have an informal chat with me. So, of course, I've been keeping up with a lot of things that are circulating in the news, and I came across this article on Yahoo Finance titled "How Trump's Tariffs Are Hitting Beauty Supply Stores and Ultimately Your Wallet." I am citing this article. No, I'm not reading it word per word this time. It's just more of a summary, but I did want to give credit to the original author. President Trump has announced a 125% tariff on Chinese imports. While the implementation is currently a 90-day pause, the impact is already being felt in communities across the country, especially in beauty supply stores. For many beauty supply stores, they are essential. They offer access to the products that people use every day, from hair care accessories to wigs. But now, due to these new tariffs, prices on commonly purchased items are beginning to rise. Take Chastity Monroe, owner of Pink Noir, a hair and beauty supply store based in Memphis, Tennessee. In an interview with NBC News, she explained that her store relies heavily on products sourced from China. Since the tariff announcement, her suppliers have already increased their prices. For Monroe and many like her, this means she must either absorb the cost or increase prices for her customers, neither option being ideal for a new small business. Here's how the new pricing could look. Synthetic braiding hair that once cost $3 to $5 per pack may now be $10 to $12. Wigs, extensions, and accessories could see at least a 15% price increase, according to Demetra Taylor, owner of Beauty Supply For You in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Taylor described the situation as overwhelming, noting how difficult it is to continue providing products at an affordable price point.
We all want to look cute, right? But at what cost? We are talking about salons and beauty supply stores like this one. We see them all across South Florida. And it's also where hairs are raising over these tariffs. Short and curly, long and lush, all the colors of the rainbow, synthetic and real human hair. At Beauty Supply For You in Lauderdale Lakes, wig specialist Yvette Baldwin.
Detailer balayage wigs.
At $459.99, this is her best seller.
It's custom colored, custom dyed.
And this is top of the line. This is your share wig.
It sure does. It gives share.
But hairs are raising at locally owned small beauty supply businesses like this one. Virtually every wig, extension, and accessory here comes from, you guessed it,
from China. It's really making me sick.
Some business owners in the beauty industry fear the 3-digit tariffs on China could force prices to rise 15% or more. A $500 wig could end up costing you $600. And it's not just the wigs.
Stocking caps, I'm using combs, I'm using needles, I'm using lace glue, I'm using lace primer.
Danielle Wilson owns the Best in Broward and Beauty Supply in Fort Lauderdale, where she cuts styles and colors. She hopes she won't be tariffed out of business.
It's scary when you think about it.
The U.S. black hair care industry generated approximately $3.2 billion in revenue in 2023 from products alone. That figure is projected to grow to $4.9 billion by 2033. However, much of this growth relies on international trade, particularly with China. Everything from product ingredients to wigs and packaging materials is often sourced internationally. Tomi Talabi, founder of the Black Beauty Club, emphasized that tariffs increase operational costs at every level. Packaging, ingredients, and shipping all become more expensive. The increased costs affect not only small, Black-owned beauty supply stores, but also larger brands that are now gaining visibility in retailers such as Sephora and Ulta. To help customers manage, some store owners are creating solutions. Demetra Taylor has implemented a layaway program to give customers more flexibility during this difficult financial period. "I'm trying to hold out as long as I can," she says, a sentiment echoed by many small business owners who are doing their best to stay afloat while supporting their communities. This story is a reminder of how broader economic policies can have a personal impact. Small business owners are facing rising costs, and consumers are being asked to pay more for everyday essentials. After reading this article, it made me a little bit sad. As a Black woman, I always remember going to the beauty supply store with my mom or my aunt or my grandma as long as I can remember. As a little girl, I wore a lot of box braids. The braiding hair used to be like 99 cents a pack, or I would do the crochet hair. But that's where like my barrettes came from, the hair ties with the balls on the ends, my butterfly clips. And then, it's not just hair accessories. They have makeup, they have like some cheap jewelry, some off-brand stuff in there. So you can definitely get lost in the beauty supply store depending on how big it is for about a good 30-45 minutes. But it just made me wonder, what is this going to look like for Black women? I wonder if there's going to be a resurgence of women wearing their natural hair again. And as natural, I don't mean like it doesn't matter if it's without a relaxer or with a relaxer, just wearing your real hair, period. Are we going to see a resurgence of that? Is there going to be a return of updos? Because at one point in time, wearing wigs, like the lace front wigs, you had to have money. Now the church folk wig, that was always a thing. With older women I would see at church or some of my school teachers. But the lace front wig, it definitely changed a lot because it used to only be accessible to like celebrities. Me personally, I don't care for them. For me, I always end up leaving the perimeter of my hair out because to me, on my head, it just looks a mess. And it makes my forehead itchy. So my lace front wigs always turn into half wigs. When I'm doing these nostalgia videos and I see the Black women from the 80s and the 90s, their hair was long. Yeah, they may have added a few tracks here and there, but for the most part, like their hair was really that long and it was really that thick. And now you don't really see a lot of Black women wearing their hair. It's almost like the extensions are kind of a crutch. And again, I'm not saying anything bad. I wear extensions. I think any Black woman that wears extensions or wigs, we all have like a clear tub in our closet, in the depths of our closet that holds all of our different personality pieces, but it also made me wonder, the women who are getting paid for, the sponsorships with the wig vendors, like what is that going to look like for them? Are they going to get paid less? Will it be less women that are reviewing the wig? Are the vendors gonna want you to do more in your videos? It's just a lot of food for thought. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. What are you guys doing? Are you wearing your hair, your real hair, your half wig, your phony pony? What are y'all doing? Are y'all going back to doing your own hair? Are you still paying people to do your hair? I just really wonder what that beauty industry is gonna look like with these tariffs. All right, I will catch you on the next one. Bye.